Are you the only guy in the house?
The only-
Do you have a male cat, or are all of your cats female?
Yeah, well, the cats are male too.
Okay,
so,
good. So you're not by yourself.
Yeah, they're neutered, so.
Oh, okay. That's the end of that.
Are you kidding me?
Hey, everybody. Good morning. I'm Chris with Cherokee Auto here in Knoxville. We're going out into the community and meeting and promoting local businesses, helping them understand their business processes better to increase their sales and profits. And if you'll share this on Facebook or Instagram, this will help us get better traction to grow the podcast and to help more business owners. It would mean the world to us. Today we're here with Joe with Friendly Neighborhood Plumber here in Knoxville. Joe, what's up?
Hey, man. Thanks for having us out here.
Absolutely. We're standing here in the back of Joe's truck. You want to open the back of your truck?
Yeah, sure.
Joe recently purchased this truck to carry all of his plumbing supplies around with. And so in the world of plumbing, if you have the plumbing stuff with you, then you don't have to worry about going to Home Depot or Lowe's a bunch of times. And so it's nice if you've got a nice big truck like this. So we got ladders and a lot of Home Depot buckets. Do you prefer Home Depot or Lowe's?
Home Depot has better buckets, man, but I don't differentiate.
You probably use this thing a lot, don't you?
Yeah,
you ever clean it?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, you're actually once a month I pull it out and I'll oil it keeps it from rusting.
Yeah, it's really nice. I had a sink issue not too long ago, and I went to Home Depot and I bought one of those and I used it and I returned it. True story.
Yeah.
I went down the drain in the back of the washing machine and finally, whatever it was, finally got it.
I'm glad you were able to get it, man.
I know.
It took me a while to be able to master drain cleaning. That was one of my Achilles heels
really
early on. Yeah.
So what services do you offer? I know you do Knox County and the surrounding counties, but what services do you offer?
So anything from drain cleanings to water line spot repairs. We replace fixtures all the time. So I could replace your water heater, your kitchen faucet. I don't do any sort of appliance repair, but I do swap out dishwashers, swap out garbage disposals. So really, if water goes through it, I'm going to do it. Type deal.
Right.
We are pushing for filtration systems. East Tennessee has really hard water. Municipalities, all they have to send you is what would be considered pool water. There's a lot of chlorine. There's a lot of hard stuff in that. So you want to make sure you at least have a sediment filter.
Right.
If not, we could go into more in depth to take some of the other stuff out.
Yeah, we've, in our house, we've had to, I've taken the spigot before and got a cup and put water in there and looked at it, and it was like black stuff floating in it coming out of the water there. So, so we went in and we had all the black iron taken out and had, PEX and, I guess CPVC or PVC. I always get those two confused. So, yeah.
So CPVC has a yellower hint to it. Almost looks gold, khaki colored. PVC is more of a bleach white. That's how I always differentiate the two. PVC also is a little bit bigger. PVC is on iron pipe size. CPVC is copper tubing size.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's interesting. So we're here with Joe with the Friendly Neighborhood Plumber. That's the name of his business. And tell us why that is the name of your business. Where did that come from?
So before starting my own business, I was doing new construction. And I did have some free time because I was doing it for the DOE. So there's a lot of sit around and wait when you're out there on that. So I was answering questions for locals in the local groups. They would ask, what is this a symptom of? Or what's the best way for this? Or what's the best part for that? And I would always just chime in and I would sign everything at the end, your Friendly Neighborhood Plumber. Leave a little 3 to 5 sentence paragraph and then at the end of it, your Friendly Neighborhood Plumber. So when we actually, and that in return, I got a lot of work from. A lot of people would want me to come out and do the stuff that I was talking about. So that in return, just kind of hand in hand, Friendly Neighborhood Plumber
Nice.
became the name.
That's very catchy.
Yeah,
very catchy. So his main business focus is going to be residential and commercial service. So if you own a business and you need service, or you own a home, or an apartment complex and you need service, you can give him a call.
That's right.
And then on new construction, he focuses on residential only. He services Knox County and the surrounding counties, and so he's going to go out about a 50-mile radius, and he does leaks and drain line clogs and really anything to do with plumbing. And you had a funny little saying after that.
Yeah, if water goes through it, I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
Right?
He said, if water goes through it, I'm going to do it. I don't know why I think that's so funny. His business number is 865-443-7617. You can text or call him. He's open Monday through Friday from 9 to 5. Do you work on Saturdays or Sundays?
I try to leave every other weekend available for some emergency calls, but, you know, I also got life to live too. Got 3 girls, you know.
Yeah, I noticed that, yeah. He's got a picture of his family on his Google business profile. So how old are your daughters?
So Savannah is about to be 9, Emma just turned 7, and Lila is 17 months.
Wow, you have a very young family.
Yep.
No teenagers yet.
No, not yet.
Wow, that's exciting. His website is friendlyneighborhoodplumber.com, and his Google business profile is Friendly Neighborhood Plumber LLC.
That's right.
And so you can go to he's got a very active Facebook account. He's got a very active Instagram account, and his fiance, Abby, actually has some videos up on Instagram, on Facebook, talking about things you should do this time of year to start getting ready for cold weather.
That's right.
I really like that video that she did earlier. So tell us about how you got started.
So really, I was just a construction worker for the DOE, and we were getting shut down left and right. You know, policies, procedures that they got to do. And that wasn't really helping out a lot. So I started betting on them shutting down by taking on side work, working on the side or after hours for myself. And I got to the point to where I was really good about betting. I was really good on betting whether or not they were going to shut down. I was pretty much, I think there was only 2 or 3 days where I actually had work for both places, so I had to either reschedule one or the other. After doing that 2 or 3 times, I just pretty much called it and said that I needed to pick either new construction or service. And I chose service. I chose to do my own thing. It was really scary at first.
Yeah.
Really scary. The sort of little safety net you have as an employee is a little safety blanket, you know. It kind of keeps you warm and fuzzy, knowing that you have a boss and somebody to help you and all that stuff. And going out on your own, you shed that thing, you know. You're out there, and it is what it is at that point.
And so how long have you been doing the plumbing type work?
Plumbing, I've been plumbing for about 5 years. I've been on my own, I think we're year 2 now.
Okay, gotcha. You ever run in any jobs that you don't know how to do?
Yeah.
You ever have to watch a YouTube video?
Yeah. So this is a really diverse community. There are multiple supply houses. And plumbing has been aggressively growing for the last 20 years. So it is completely possible for me to go out to somebody's house, you know, closer to the outer rim of my service range at that 45, 50-mile mark and see something that I've never seen before. So you got to pull out a YouTube video or Google or a plumbing forum on Facebook, something like that, and say, hey, what is this and how does it work? So that happens a lot. And it's going to continue to happen. It's growing every day. I'll find something on TikTok or YouTube that I didn't know before, you know, that make me a little bit faster or provide a little bit better of a service.
So tell us about your family. Tell us why you wake up every day.
So I got 3 girls. We got Savannah, Emma, and Lila. Got Abby too. With the 4 of them all together, that's enough to keep you going, right?
Are you the only guy in the house? Do you have a male cat, or are all of your cats female?
Yeah, well, the cats are male too.
Okay,
so,
good. So you're not by yourself.
Yeah, they're neutered, so.
Oh, okay. That's the end of that. Talking earlier about when you put effort into something and you win, it's important to celebrate a win. So what does a win look like to you?
So a win from a plumbing service perspective, I think, is a really happy and relaxed client. Typically in my line of work, they're calling you out there. They want you now.
Right.
They have a leak. There's sewage backing up. Something's happening right now. So you got to be able to deal with somebody who's in a very frantic mindset. So leaving there, knowing that they are taken care of, they're no longer frantic, and that they understand their system a little bit better. That's what I call a win. Typically, what we do to celebrate that, we like to go on family vacations. One of the last ones that we did, we went to Savannah, Georgia. That was a real good weekend.
Was that fun?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So what does Savannah have to offer?
So the best way I can describe it is it's like the PG-13 version of New Orleans.
Oh, okay.
So it's a waterfront town.
Right.
A lot of businesses, a lot of culture, but they don't have the same stuff that they got in New Orleans over there.
Never been in New Orleans personally, but how long did it take y'all to get to Savannah from here? How did you go? Did you go through Tennessee? Down to Chattanooga? Or?
Yeah, I think we went through Chattanooga, down through Atlanta. We drove. I don't remember the exact.
I guarantee you drove if you've got 3 little girls.
Yeah, there's no flying.
You gotta have you have multiple kids in your lap, I guess, if you're on an airplane. So talking about water leaks, let's talk about some new technology in plumbing, and then talk about like a success story that you've read about with that.
Okay. So the Moen, what was the exact name of it?
Moen Smart.
Was it Smart Flow?
Yeah, Moen Flow Smart Shutoff.
The Moen Flow Smart Shutoff.
Yep.
I can't even say it.
Yep.
So what that is, they're starting to come out with.
It's like Wi-Fi.
Yeah, it's Wi-Fi connected to your phone, so you're able to shut off the water to your whole home or to a specific part with just remote access with your phone, kind of like a garage door.
Like a ball
opener.
valve type of setup.
Yep. And you can shut it off. It also alerts you if there's a large amount of usage or infrequent usage. So if something's getting shut on and shut off a whole lot, or if you just have something going and it's not stopping, it'll give you an alert saying, hey, there's a possible leak. Do you want to shut off your water? I'll let you know.
Imagine being on vacation and you get a text message on your phone saying that your house is using a large amount of water. I know we've all gotten that water bill that was like $200 or $300 more than it should have been.
Yep.
And so imagine getting a text and being able to just turn the water off to your whole house. So that's some cool technology.
We also are able to deal with copper without having to use a flame now. So one of the tools in the back of this truck is a hydraulic press.
Okay.
And that allows me to create a watertight seal without having to wave a flame around.
Okay.
So in these older homes that are 100, 200 years old and there hasn't been anybody in there, you don't want to wave a torch around.
Right. Everything's really dry.
Yeah.
It's a hydraulic seal.
Hydraulic press.
Hydraulic press, so it presses the fitting.
So the fitting has a gasket in it, and it has jaws, and it is strong enough to create a crimp.
Oh, I got
and it crimps the copper.
That's neat. That's neat technology. So tell me, who's your biggest hero? This person's been in your business life, your personal life, and they've had the biggest impact on you.
Yeah, Abby, for sure, biggest hero. If it wasn't for her and her being a real go-getter, I'd still be a disgruntled construction worker for sure.
So she's been incremental in growing your business?
Oh yeah, she's been fundamental.
Fundamental.
Yeah. She's done the LLC, all the behind the scenes, making sure we had insurances, the continuing education to learn about all the different types of stuff that we needed to have as far as running a business, all the licensing and fees and stuff. It's a lot, and it would have never got done if it wasn't for her.
That's nice. It's nice to have that person in the back who understands the details and the intricacies of how a business needs to operate.
That's right.
Legally.
Yeah,
legally operate. Yeah. So do you guys have a favorite restaurant here in Knoxville?
Sitar.
Yeah.
Sitar. So Abby and I, we go there on date nights. We need to be going there again here soon. We've really been talking about it, but
You go at nighttime? They don't have the lunch buffet at night. It's during the day.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, they have a lunch buffet during the day.
I've never been during the day. It's
wow.
always been for dinner.
Yeah, they have a huge buffet during the day. You can go get like anything you want.
That's
it's
crazy.
Like 3 buffet tables. So.
I've seen the buffet tables in there, but I've never. I don't know. I guess.
So what do you get when you get Indian food at Sitar?
Some of my favorite things to get there are the butter chicken.
Yeah.
The garlic naan.
Right.
That is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Those little dishes that they bring you up front with the little chips and the green and the onions.
Oh, the chutney.
The chutney.
Yeah.
What's the onion?
I don't know.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's
Can't
some
think right
sort of
now.
flavored. I hate raw onions, but I will eat those. I will eat those.
Yeah.
I love the garlic naan. They got the Taj Mahal there. That's a really, really tasty beer.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Nice. I've never had that before. Have to try that sometime. So would you consider yourself to be a morning or a night person? Do you have to have an alarm clock to wake up? And then what does your morning routine consist of?
So I'm definitely an alarm person. If
Okay.
I don't have an alarm, I'll sleep until 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning.
Wow, that's cool.
Typically, I wake up around 4.
Being self-employed, that's not very helpful. But...
No, you can't run a successful business if you're waking up at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
You just can't.
Yeah.
So typically, I wake up around 4 o'clock in the morning, and I like to do some stretching and some exercise.
Right.
Recently, I've gotten into a lot of audiobooks, so listening to audiobooks really helps get my mind right for the day. And 2, I've learned if you do discipline yourself and get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, by the time 5 hours is hit, 9 o'clock, when most people are finally starting to get into their groove, you've already accomplished so much.
Yeah.
So
that's a nice time where no one's interrupting you.
There's really little traffic at 4 o'clock in the morning. So if you need to go somewhere to do a gym thing or whatever, hardly anybody's awake. And if you do that 1, 2 years, 3 years, there's such a difference that your competition isn't going to be able to, they're not going to be able to touch you because you have that, I heard Kobe Bryant said it best, you separate yourself from your competition.
Right.
Because sure, for a week or so, they might be able to keep up with you. But if you add years onto that, disciplining, waking up early and getting stuff done, there's going to be a wide separation.
So are you sports? Are you a sports fan?
I like basketball and football. I wouldn't say I'm like a die hard, but...
So did you watch the game last Saturday?
I did see that the Vols won. Yeah, that was a good one.
Are you a Vols or Alabama?
Yeah, I guess you could say I'm a Vols fan. I live here in Knoxville, so
it's hard to not be leaving. Yeah. So what did you think was going to happen in that game? That was a pretty crazy game.
I didn't watch the whole game. I did watch the end of it. I think it was fourth quarter.
Yeah.
That
was the best part.
The back half of fourth quarter is what I watched, and it was surprising because didn't UT have the lead the whole time, or? Maybe from the back half, I'm not 100% sure.
I think Alabama had 3 in the very beginning. I think at halftime, wasn't it 3-7 or 3-0 or something? So,
but then UT took off.
Yeah,
Alabama, they only got 17, right?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, 17 to
14
24, wasn't it? Yeah. We're not really big sports fans, but we definitely, that's third Saturday of every October is going to be that's the number one game to watch every year. There's a huge rivalry there. And Mick said that best when he was talking, on the news afterwards. He said, those two original coaches, the stadiums are named after both of the coaches. He said that's an adversary right there that everybody talks about all year long. That's one of the biggest games of the year. So
UT and Alabama.
Yes,
nice.
Nick Saban was talking about that on the news. He's a commentator now. So
yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
I heard. Yeah, he retired.
He kind of told everybody that that's what even when he was the coach, that was their biggest game of the year, even though it's not the biggest game of the year. So
yeah.
So we had a conversation about coffee.
Oh yeah.
And about coffee in the mornings. Are you a coffee drinker?
Oh yeah. Absolutely. I drink a lot of coffee. I'm 2 cups a day type of guy.
So do you have a specific type, or what is the magic in the coffee with you and your fiance?
I think the magic is the fact that it's time with me and her, not just with the kids and all that. Don't get me wrong, I love the kids.
Yeah,
but
of course.
But being able to start your day off with your partner and look at them and sit and sip the coffee, it really is wholesome. Mm-hmm. It brings you together.
Yeah. Well, that's a wonderful, touching story about time with coffee. But what about coffee?
Oh, what about coffee?
Yeah, do you guys have a specific type of coffee that you?
I think no. Abby likes to change.
Yeah,
that's her thing. She likes diversity.
Okay.
So I think the last bag we had, I think it was called Wide Awake, and it had an owl on it.
Oh, okay.
Little Food City brand
Ah.
coffee, I think.
It was delicious?
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Was
yeah.
it?
Oh, yeah, it was really
What
good.
kind of coffee maker do you have?
Well, I used to
Is
have
it like a drip coffee maker,
Yeah.
like a standard? Okay.
I used to have a French press.
Yeah,
Now, have you ever had French press
yeah,
before?
yeah.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah, I've got one in the house right now.
I'm a cream and sugar type of guy, though. I can't.
Oh,
I
okay.
can't do it black. I gotta have a
Okay.
little bit of cream and sugar in it.
Yeah. Do you have a specific type of cream that you like?
French vanilla.
That's good.
I'm okay
yeah.
with French vanilla or half
Yeah.
and half.
Yeah.
One of those two.
That's a good coffee creamer. We use that for a long time, trying to be a little bit healthier,
Yeah.
trying not to have the additives and the sugar and stuff. So just been using like a milk substitute,
Yeah.
a little bit of sugar at this point. So you mentioned earlier that your mom was a realtor,
Yeah.
and that you learned how to promote businesses on your skateboard.
Yeah.
Tell everybody that story. That was kind of cool.
So there was one time my mom got her business cards for being a real estate agent, and I remember getting on my longboard and riding through Turkey Creek, and because I didn't know where that many people were, so I just found that many cars and they were all parked. So if about 7 years ago you got my mom's real estate card put on you, it was me.
Did she get any business from that? Or?
I'm sure she got a lot of people calling her.
Yeah. So that's one of the stories that we were talking about Alex Hermosi in the Game podcast.
Yeah.
That's one of the stories that he tells is when he was first going into the gym business, when he first started going into business, he had a mentor who was telling him that they put papers on windshields.
Mhm.
So he had like 500 papers printed, paid all this money, like hundreds of dollars for all these color papers. And he went with one of his buddies and they put papers on all the windshields. And he got one call from him, and it was a guy with a really expensive Mercedes. He said they scratched his Mercedes, and he hung up on the guy real quick. So he called the guy back and he's like, man, I spent like $200 putting these things on these windshields. He's like, I didn't get one single person to call me and buy something like that. He's like, well, how many did you do? He's like, we did like 500. He said, I did 500,000 the first time I did it.
Yeah.
So sometimes your sample size needs to be bigger to get the results that you're looking for. So
Absolutely. That's why when I'm doing a lot of my posts, I do a lot of free stuff on Facebook.
Yep.
I look for the larger groups that have the 20,000,
Right.
15,000.
We looked at 67,000 on there. Yeah.
67,000. Yeah.
That one group, I know of a place is what it was called, I think,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, that's a real good group for just discussion, open, honest discussion. So that you know what contractors to go with, what contractors maybe to stay away from.
Right, exactly.
Help protect yourself and your
Yeah.
investments.
Yeah. What would you say is your biggest accomplishment?
My biggest accomplishment's got to be my family
Yeah.
and the girls.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of them. Savannah, so smart and loving. Emma, she is so funny and just bubbly. And Lila is 17 months old, so she's still a boss.
So she's walking at 17 months. Is she talking?
Not really. And we thought that she was going to get talking down before. She was actually born with hip dysplasia.
Oh.
So she was in a body cast that went from her chest down to her, just past her knee.
Right.
For 3 months, and then she was in a spica cast for another 3 months.
Wow.
So 6 months of being in a cast.
Jeez.
And she just started walking,
Yeah.
but when she wants something, she's audible. She'll let you
gotcha.
know.
That's cute. So what do you do in your free time when you're not working?
So I like to go to the YMCA, hop around different ones, go swimming and play basketball. I like to stay active,
What are the main two Ys that you go to here in town?
The Canceller over here and the West Side.
Where's the Canceller?
The Canceller YMCA is right over here. It's right off of Woodbine. In,
Okay, gotcha.
Park Ridge neighborhood.
Okay, gotcha.
Right on the outside of Park Ridge.
I gotcha. Where's the other one?
The West Side is right behind West Town Mall.
Yeah, I've been inside that one before. Yeah. So when I was looking for a new pool to swim at, after my 3-year contract had ran out at NFC, I went over there and I tried that out for a week. Their pool is kind of warm, actually.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they keep the room
They don't have a
warm.
separate therapy pool.
No.
Yeah.
No. I would try the Canceller. Is a fun one. They got
Is it off of Magnolia?
in that area. I don't know if it might be Magnolia.
Yeah. I think Marcus, one of our people here, I think he goes there.
They have an adult kid slide, so it's a slide, so a lot of kids are on it, but it's big enough for adults to go to. It's really fun.
That's fun. Well, Joe, we appreciate your time. Again, Joe with the Friendly Neighborhood Plumber, and Joe would love to have your business.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can give him a call or text him at 865-443-7617. And you can pull his Google business profile up. It's a Friendly Neighborhood Plumber here in Knoxville.
And be sure you like, share, subscribe this video, share it with your friends.
Yep. And you can leave comments in the bottom, and we'll have comments to all of his business things in the bottom of this video as well. So thank you.
Do you want to promote your business on our podcast? You can give us a call or shoot us a text at 865-687-7100. You can also apply by filling out our Google form in the description box.